Hey, Luke here with catsandcarp.com, and I'm going to show you how to target trophy flathead catfish. And if I could hook a big old flathead today, I'm going to give away one of my fishing rods to one of you guys. So stay tuned. Nathan, buddy, I'm sorry, buddy, but you can't come fishing, okay? You got a little bit of a cold. You're going to stay with mommy. You guys go watch some TV and have fun, okay? I'm gonna miss you.
See ya at the boat. Let's get on the boat.
Awesome, let's get your life vest on. Alright, so when you're looking for shad on the sonar, this is what it looks like. Nice little dots right in there. Good 30 or 40 of them. Some more. Perfect. Oh, my boy's out like a light. Look at that. All right, I'm going to throw one rod right up against that bank, and I usually only catch channel catfish up there, and cut bait works a little bit better for channel catfish than these large live shads. So I'm going to use a piece of cut bait, half a shad to be precise. And I'm going to try to throw this bad boy as close up under that brush as I can. So we're going to see how my casting is today. Now I'm going to put bells on all my rod tips, and I do this for a very good reason. One, it's hard to watch 7 rod tips at the same time. And 2, you lose a lot of bait when fishing with live fish. Also, flatheads tend to hit really soft. So I need to pay attention, and if something taps my rod, I need to know about it, because often that means you just lost your bait. So listening for hits and then checking your bait is a really key part of doing this. And if you miss hits, if you don't notice when you're getting bites, you're not going to check your bait, and you're going to be sitting there fishing with no bait on your rod. With bells, the closer to the tip of your rod you put the bell, the more sensitive it is. All right, I got 7 rods soaking bait. Let's see what happens next. Man, Tommy is just so zonked out. He must be tired. Must have been partying it up at preschool. When I get a little channel cat messing with my live bait, sometimes what I'll do is I'll throw back a piece of cut bait. The live bait is so big that you lose a lot of it, and you don't get a good hookup ratio with the smaller fish. This one's fighting like a blue catfish. Oh, what a healthy fish. That is a healthy channel catfish. Look at that guy. Whiskers on him. Fish flat. It's middle of September. The leaves are starting to change. It's cool in the mornings. The water temperature is starting to come down. The fish are out hunting aggressively and trying to put on weight before winter, especially the flatheads. I catch most of my big flatheads from now until late to mid-November. Fishing for big flatheads is similar to catching other types of catfish, but there are some key differences. First off, flatheads love live bait. Okay, you can catch flatheads on cut bait, but you'll catch more of them on live bait than anything else. Large bluegill, small carp, suckers, shad, all work very well. Today I'm using about 5-inch live gizzard shad. Another thing about flathead fishing that's different is flatheads like to just suck up the bait and slowly drift away. Blue catfish hit bait like freight trains. I mean, you can't mistake a blue catfish hit. Your rod just goes bonkers. Channel catfish are somewhere in between, but probably 9 out of 10 times when I get a flathead, my rod just barely taps or I just see my line drifting away. So you gotta really pay attention to your line when targeting flatheads. Flatheads are also extremely strong fish. So if you're targeting flatheads, make sure you have good gear. These are the medium heavy action Whisker Seeker rods, the Chad Ferguson series. They're 7.5 foot rods, and I've caught many 40-pound fish on these rods. So they've got a lot of backbone, but they've got that sensitivity that makes it still fun to catch smaller fish on. I've got the Okuma Trios 55S, which have like 28 pounds of drag, and I've got 40-pound spider wire braid. This is really good for the type of flatheads I'm likely to run into. If you're looking for slightly bigger fish, they make a heavy action of the same rod. And you can get the bait casting version with like an Abu Garcia 6500 catfish special on there. That would be a great combo. Look how I'm just getting slight hits. That could be a small channel catfish, could be a 40-pound flathead. Just don't know. Oh, yeah, look at that load up. Whoa, see how that's moving? Let's get on it. Ooh, taking a little drag. It's not a 40-pounder. At least it doesn't feel that way. But it feels like a decent fish. Look what he's just doing to my drag. Look at my drag. Oh, big boy. It's not uncommon for flatheads to do it. They act small, then once you get them off the bottom, they wake up and then they start fighting hard. Oh, look at that. Come on, buddy. Whew. Oh. This is the last thing a lot of shad saw before they died. Look at that mouth. Whew. Right in the corner, right where it should be. These fish gut hook live bait an awful lot because they hit the bait so softly, but they're so big that you can fit your hand down their throat. So if you're gentle and you know what you're doing, you can get the hook out of a gut hooked flathead's throat. When you're weighing a big fish like this, don't stick the scale in his gills or in his chin. Put him in a bag or put him in the net and then weigh it that way. 24 pounds. Well, that's not a 40-pounder, but 24 pounds I think qualifies as a big flathead. So if you guys want to win my rod, stay tuned. I'm going to give details at the end of this video. Plus, if I catch another big flathead, I'm giving away another rod as well. Flatheads are one of the tastiest catfish, but these big boys are apex predators. They play an important role in the ecosystem. Eat the small ones, but throw the big boys back. Tommy, look at the catfish.
Catfish! Where's catfish?
Right here. Yeah, big flathead. You want to put him back?
No.
Okay, I'm putting him back. Oh, you're tired. Well, as you can see, it's getting near sunset. Right now it's about 7 p.m. This is one of the things I love about spring and fall flathead fishing. The fish are a lot more active before sunset. In early spring and late fall, flatheads are out actively hunting as early as 4 p.m. So you don't have to be out as late to get a lot of good action. Hey, buddy, you wanna wake up and you wanna watch? Oh, you got a knot in your forehead. Oh, come on, hey, buddy. Did you see that big flathead? That was a big one.
I want to catch tons of them.
All right, buddy. We're gonna
Fish, catfish, flathead, and channel.
Well, let's do it, buddy. Let's get you lots of fish. Okay, so let me show you the rigs I use for big flatheads. So this is my very disorganized tackle box. I've got sliders for the weights. I've got 3-ounce disc sinkers. I'd use bigger sinkers if I was in current, but I have little or no current in this area, so 3 ounces works well. Just enough weight to keep the bait from swimming away. And either 10-aught mustad hooks or 8-aught Gamakatsu hooks are my favorite. I use a big swivel, like this is a 100-pound swivel, like a saltwater swivel, some plastic beads. I also like the Team Catfish and the bottom dweller slides, those are good. And then I have some 60-pound fluorocarbon leader. So here's one of the 10-aught mustad hooks, snelled with a knotless knot. A real sloppy one too from the looks at it. And about 12 to 18 inches of leader and a swivel on the end. I like to use bite alarms on these rods because, like I said, you really got to pay attention to what's going on to know when to rebait your hook. And I've got these bells that I've made myself, and I really like using these. I also have these other bite alarms that make a nice loud noise. I like these better for when I'm sleeping. So like if I'm gonna camp on the riverbank and have my rods out all night, this will wake me up better. The bells are a little bit more sensitive, so I prefer them for flatheads because flatheads will often just pick at the bait. Well, we caught a nice channel catfish and a nice flathead here, but it's been kind of quiet. We've been in this spot about an hour, and I really haven't gotten the number of hits that I would expect. So not bad, but it's not blowing my socks off either. So I'm thinking I might end up moving spots before it gets completely dark and it's hard to see what I'm doing.
I know a better spot.
All right, let's do it.
I won't get to drive.
Okay, you'll take us over to the better spot?
Yeah. Right.
A lot of people want to know how long they should sit in a spot before they give up and move to a new spot. In the winter time, I don't sit in one place longer than about 20-30 minutes. In the summertime, I'm a lot more patient. However, today is the fall. It should be really hot action. So if I'm not getting some good bites in 1, maybe 2 hours of fishing, I'm out of there. Flatheads can be really skittish. So when you throw the anchor, try to be quiet about it. Lower the anchor in. Oh, see, I found this floating in the water. This is called a bryozoan. It's a freshwater sponge. A lot of people think they're fish eggs or frog eggs. Nope, it's a freshwater sponge. Sign of a healthy lake. Here you go, Spongy. It is a moonless night, and most cat fishermen will tell you that big flatheads bite more aggressively when there's no moon or a small moon, and that a full moon is the hardest time to catch flatheads. I don't know if this is true. There's a lot of theories, but we have a moonless night tonight. Tommy, got a fish?
Hey, I want it.
You want it? You want it? All right, come on there and reel him in, buddy.
Hey, you take care of my Kindle.
Yeah, your Kindle's just fine, buddy. Oh, we got another one.
Who puts her?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Reel him in, reel him in. It's on a snag of some sort. Well, just letting this snagged up fish sit still for about 10 minutes did the trick. He swam himself out. Nice blue catfish. Oh, no, that is a fat channel. Look at that. That's a fat channel catfish. Whew. This is the boy that got himself snagged up. Look at him. Pretty good size one, huh, Tom? There you go. Snags are part and parcel of fishing for flatheads. Flatheads love to be near snags. So be prepared to snag your gear up a bunch. That's why I use this heavy duty mono leader, and you want to use high strength braid or high strength mono so you can pull your gear out of those snags. You got that one? Dude, we got doubles. We got triples.
That bell fell off. Your fish is so big.
Oh, yeah, mine's pretty good size. Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Your fish is so tough.
Whoa, that's a big channel catfish. All right, buddy, you keep going. You keep wrestling him. That is a big fish.
Hey, take one.
Yeah, he's a great one. Here, hold it. There we go.
Mine. He's big.
That is a pair of monster channel catfish, Tommy. Those are huge. 15 pounds. That is a 15-pound channel catfish.
Mine's is 2.
Yours is
no, it's
13 and a half?
No, it's 90 pounds.
It's 90 and a half?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Let go of the tail.
Okay, let go of the tail. Look at that, Tommy. Good job on your 13.5-pound channel catfish. I think that's your new personal best. I think your last one was 12 pounds. Look at that, a 13.5-pound channel catfish and a 15-pound channel catfish. What a double. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okay, ready? Oh.
Cheers.
Hey, high five, buddy. Hi, one more. Yeah, that's your new personal best for channel catfish, Tommy. That's your biggest channel catfish ever. There we go, catfish knuckles. A successful night. Well, I told you guys that I'd give away one of my Whisker Seeker catfishing rods if I could catch a big flathead, and sure enough I did. So if you want to win my rod, this is what you need to do. Step 1, make sure you're subscribed to the Catfish and Carp YouTube channel. Step 2, share this video on Facebook, YouTube, or any other website or social media platform. Step 3, leave a comment guessing what you think my personal best for flathead is. How many pounds do you think the biggest flathead I've ever caught is? All right, I'm gonna pick the winner 1 week from today. So watch the video posted 1 week from today to hear the answer. Well guys, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little something about catching big catfish. If you'd like to see more videos from the Catfish and Carp YouTube channel, don't forget to
Click